So as an ADB Youth Ambassador for SDG5, I'd love for you to first introduce yourself, where you're from, and how you came into the program here.
Okay. So I'm CJ. I'm 18 years old, and I'm currently taking my undergraduate degree in broadcast communication at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. So why I'm here in Asia Pacific Youth Exchange and Asian Youth Forum is because of ADB. I won as ADB Youth Ambassador for hashtag High Five for SDG5 Youth Campaign and the photo competition last April 15. So ADB brought us here, I think, for us to engage ourselves really in SDGs and to get more learnings from these various activities that we've done in the past few weeks.
What was your submission photo for?
It's like a photo of doing high five in a girl in my community, and we just put caption in it and how we spread awareness and empower girls in our communities.
Which is how?
Which is how? I write in my in the caption how I empower more girls is by educating them and raising awareness, because I'm a part of various organizations here in the Philippines. ISEC, ASEAN Youth Leaders Association, National Youth Alliance. So we really engage ourselves with SDG awareness, and we're doing projects in various communities here in the Philippines in line with SDGs.
Excellent. And so, I guess, particularly as a young man, what do you see as the role of boys versus girls, or men versus women in the, let's say, solving the issue of gender equality?
I think changing the paradigm of and the thinking of everyone is very important, especially inequality and disparity. We can change it by means of like educating everyone that the girls is just not just a girl; they are girl, and they can do a lot in our community, in our society. And if we just empower them and give everyone an opportunity to be involved with like development and stuff like that, they can really help a lot in our community, especially girls. And the role of men in achieving that is helping them and changing the paradigm of all of us are thinking about girls. We should make the disparity, the inequality, we should just delete it in our minds for us to achieve the goals of SDG5, because it's really important to involve girls in our society, because they have this kind of a big role in changing our society.
So what kind of advice would you give other young men from your country to contribute to solving this issue?
I think joining campaigns about women, because here in the Philippines, I think the gap is not that high, but what we need to do now and the girls here in the Philippines is to like more empowerment for them to engage with various activities, because actually here in the Philippines more girls are going in school as compared to men, and what we just need to do is to empower them more and help them to engage with various community developments and stuff like that, for them to really involve themselves, especially girls, to help the development in our communities, in our society here, especially here in the Philippines.
So are you working currently on any projects in your community or through the different organizations that you're with?
Yeah, I'm part of different organizations here in the Philippines, and we really worked for the achievement of SDGs. I am part of ASEAN Youth Leaders Association Philippines. We have projects in various upland areas, poor areas in the Philippines. We do different projects, and we go back in their community like after 1 year and see if there's an impact with the projects that we are doing.
Can you give an example of a gender equality project you've worked on?
Awareness in the community. That is the main, what we are doing now is giving them educating them about how they involve in SDGs and how we empower women is by giving them lectures and especially involving girls in that kind of forums and conferences or seminars in the communities is what we are doing in my organization.
Excellent. So what do you think is a big issue to cope with in particularly conservative countries versus, I mean, not versus, but when you are or come from a conservative country, what are some of the main concerns you have to deal with these issues?
I think that issue is really hard to answer, but here in the Philippines, the church is really the main institution that hinders us. For, let's say, for example, here in the Philippines, we have reproductive health law, and the implementation of it is really not that we haven't achieved that fully, the implementation of that project or that law, because the church hinders they kind of like what do you call that? They hinder the because the church has different perspective as what the government has. But I think the best thing to do is to really change the paradigm, the culture, because we need to move forward.
So how do you see that happening in the Philippines?
I think we have the law, but I think the implementation of it is really needed. But when it comes to different institutions, we're really conservative, especially the church. It's just really hard. But I think what I can personally do is to educating the community that, let's say, for example, reproductive health law is very important, and that if you will not like engage yourself with this, you'll not be able to like have the benefit of this law. And I think just don't mind I think we really need to change the paradigm, the culture. Mm-hmm. And if we do that, we can really move forward. Yeah. So
thank you for your thoughts and your time, and happy International Youth Day.
Happy International Youth Day.